What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome to Honor Your Health. My name is Matt, and this is a moment with Matt, which I try to do every Monday, but sometimes I miss a week. I hope everyone's having a great start to their week. We are talking today about there is no right time. What do I mean by that? I think a lot of people are ready or expecting there to be this perfect time to start getting healthy, this perfect time to start taking control of their life. There's perfect time to be in a relationship. They're trying to find the right one. They're trying to find the perfect time to start that business. They're trying to find the perfect time to, guys, there is no perfect time. I don't know if anyone's ever told you that, but there is literally no perfect time to start anything. You just start. The reason why I bring this up, I have a client who actually just stopped today out of his own fruition. No, again, this is where I'm going to say, I strongly believe that my way forward and my point of view in terms of getting someone to someplace, I'm here for transformation. I'm here because I genuinely care about you and I genuinely want you to take your life into your own hands and give you the power that you've always had back to you, right? So when I talk about how I don't think that there's a right time for anything, I mean it, right? So I have a client today who has been with me for literally, and we sign, we have a minimum commitment level of what I think is appropriate for anyone to start on their health journey. And it's because I've been in this business for almost 15 years now in terms of where I started to where I am now, and 15 years is a long time. And that literally means from the moment that I decided to the moment of, I've been in business almost 6.5 years now, right? So the reason why I talk about this is because there is a timing aspect to this. And this is why I used to get so try to make people stay, try to make people want to whatever, sign up. And I've gotten to the point in my life where, and this is why you guys don't really find me on a lot of social media, is because I truly believe that timing is everything. And I feel like if the right person is for me, then they will come in. If the right person's for another person in my company, they will come in and it'll be a great fit. And we also this is why we apply to, we ask you to apply to work with us, is because it isn't for everyone. Because the thing is, guys, is that I don't really think that people understand. It's like starting a business. Starting a business isn't for everybody, right? There's a certain level of grit and heart and maintenance and reprogramming your mind. And I can tell you right now, had this happened to me a year ago, I would have been in panic mode because I would have been like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen now? I just lost money, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm in a place where I'm like, okay, somebody else will come in, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because there is no right time. There is no perfect time. There is no, and I even hate this word perfect health, right? There is no perfect anything. There's no perfect relationship. There's no perfect health. There's literally, it's a place of you go up and you go down. It's a journey. And I think we are so conditioned to thinking that oh, our numbers are perfect, so that means we're perfect. That's not how it works, because I know people who have perfect blood work, perfect scores, perfect this, and they feel like shit. They feel like shit. So no, I'm sorry. I have gotten to this point in my own life where I no longer not to say that I don't care, because I do care about people, but there are certain, oh, did this freeze? Oh no, there we go. Whoa, what's going on? This is weird. Huh. Can you guys hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me, or chat if you can hear me, because I don't know. This is strange. I'll just keep going. Hopefully it stays. But so my point is that, okay, good. Thank you. So my point in saying all this is I get really frustrated mostly because I think people think that not only health, but life is this linear thing, and it's not, right? There are ups and downs to health. There are moments where I'm killing it, feel amazing, whatever. And then this weekend, it was Thanksgiving. Guys, I am not going to sit here and tell you I'm perfect, because I'm not. And I think any practitioner, anyone that you work with, if they're always if anyone's telling you that they're amazing and I'm a biohacker and I do a lot of things to my own body that I'm I would, only like specific clients that I know are into that would do that. But guess what? I had pie this weekend and I'm like it is what it is. I'm not perfect. And I think people are trying to find that like perfect time. They're trying to find that perfect diet, that perfect whatever. And it's like it ebbs and flows. Just like mentality, like you put something into the body, let's say it's even the healthiest thing, you put in spinach, right? And I can tell you, because I've done it to myself, where I'll put spinach into my body and feel completely depressed for like a couple days. And honestly, it's because spinach doesn't work for me, right? So this is where I'm like, it gets me frustrated because there is no right time to take care of yourself, just like there is no right time or right place to meet the right client or to expand or anything. It literally is like there is no perfect timing. Okay, timing is just, to me, just this like it's a piece to the puzzle, right? So, but I talk about timing because I think that everyone has this like image in their head of like how, for example, how detoxing is like supposed to go, right? Detoxing is the biggest journey of all because you're learning so much about what you thought you knew and how wrong it is, right? You learn that detoxing, that like what we thought was sick is actually your body just detoxing on such a deep cellular level. So when I have someone to come into work or someone wants to work with me, it's the reason why we have the minimum commitment that we do is because we're re-educating people to true health. We're re-educating to people to the fact that like you don't know how many, I don't know if you guys realize this, but we are in the biggest self-doubt society, the biggest complaining society, the biggest poor me, woe is me society that we've ever been in. And we are also the sickest we've ever been, ever in life. What's up, man? Bruno. So you bring all these things together and you kind of go, oh, yeah, that makes sense, right? We have way too much self-doubt. People don't believe in themselves anymore, right? So when people come to me and they're like, you have so much belief in what you do. And I'm like, yeah, I do. You're right. I absolutely do. They're like, how? And I'm like, well, I've cultivated that. Like that's a shift in paradigm that I've had to make over the course of my life. Like it didn't just happen, right? And I'm still, even today, I had like a slight shift that I had to make. I was like, wait, I'm not doubting this. I still believe in what I do. Like just because someone else wanted to quit on themselves has no reflection on me. And I think this is where, as business owners, not even as business owners, as people, we take on, and again, maybe not everyone, but if you're in the comments and you have this feeling, let me know. But we have this thing where like, and it's sort of like a people pleasing, like savior complex, right? Where I think anyway, where it's sort of like, if someone, let's say you're working with somebody for 3 months, right? And then they leave. You almost take it on yourself and you're like, well, what did I do wrong? What did I do? Da-da-da. Like you go into this like almost like rejection. But in the end of the day, like what I thought today was like, no. And this is where I've started to kind of tell people, like everything is frequency, right? You aren't ready to handle the amount of love and care that I provide, right? So that's very interesting to me because the whole time I actually said to him, I said, and this isn't to defame anybody, but I said, when was the last time that a doctor called you in the middle of like basically a panic attack to say, hey, I'm here for you, I care for you, and spends 25 minutes talking to you, like basically talking you off the ledge and trying to help open your eyes a little bit? When was the last time somebody did that for you, right? So I say that because I think to myself, like, I don't think people realize just how unhealthy they are on a nutritional level, a physical level, a skeletal level, on a mindset level, on a paradigm level, on a spiritual level. Like I could keep going, guys, on a communication level. Like people are so unhealthy, like to the point, guys. Okay, so there are certain things, again, there's no right time to do anything, but there is a point, to me anyway, that I believe certain conversations are not a text message. Okay. If you want to leave, if you want to exit the program or exit practice or what have you, to me, that's a phone call or an in-person conversation. That's just my opinion, right? there are obviously gives and takes to everything. So again, not perfect, but I would say generally people need to start taking some accountability for themselves, right? So okay, I'm going to go back to this whole idea of people don't want to change and then we take that on, or people like me, like practitioners, we take on this like self-doubt or this we go into this like mental spiral, downward spiral, because we're like, but wait, like I was doing everything right, I was doing this, I was doing that, like everything was right. And it's like, okay, I have had to learn in my own self, in my own practice, like someone leaves or I let go of someone, it's literally because my soul, which is connected to God, knows deep down that person probably isn't for me, right? And it was a lesson that I had to learn, which is a lesson that I am learning and did learn today, which is not everyone's for me. And that's okay. And that's okay. And it was also a very big learning lesson for me of I can't want something more than you. So if you're in health, if you're trying to get healthy and you come to us or you go to anybody, if you go to anybody out there, right? If let's say this, if you're 85% in, I'll give you that 80, I'll even give you 90% of my attention and 90% of my effort, right? If you're 98%, I'll give you 100%, right? If you're somebody who's 5% in, meaning like I can tell that you're not invested, I can tell that you don't care, guess what? You're probably out the door because I don't have the energy to try and prove it to you. I don't have the energy to sit here and try and keep you in, right? I strongly believe that the right people will just be the, and again, I'm not saying everything in life is always easy, but I feel like it's easy. I think work is easy. I do. I mean, like, yes, I work hard, so to speak, but I also work very easy because I literally, when I have new clients come into the office, it's an interview process. Like that first 3 months to me is like, that's an interview process of like, are we the right fit? Do we get along? Are you going to listen to me? And also question me because I want you to do both, right? Like I want that communication. And this is why timing of not just like timing is everything, but like why there is a specific amount of time that as practitioners in health, we say like we need that time. And it's literally because we need to learn your behavior. We need to learn, do you self-sabotage a lot? Are you the kind of person that, is an all-in person and then they make one mistake and they're off the bandwagon? Because there's a lot of people that do that, right? So it really is like you're learning people's behavior. So when people, we're not like a one-time fix. And I think that that's what most people, we've been so programmed into like these quick fix things. And that's just not what I am in the business of, and nor what I want to be in the business of, because in 15 years, I've seen a drastic change in my life that led me to abundance and prosperity and feeling great. So, and the best health and shape I've ever been in. So my point in saying all this is I just strongly feel this like, and I know it's a full moon tonight, or today, so I know parasites are out and I know people are crazy. However, I've gotten to this point now, it's not even a frustration. It's literally like okay, like if you don't want to take it seriously, like thanks, actually, like thank you for being honest. Thank you for I actually go to a space of gratitude, or I'm trying to go to a space of gratitude of just like, thank you for freeing up my time for somebody who actually wants to get well and wants to feel good. And I say that not in a condescending way. I say that in a way of like true, like it's humbling for me because I'm like, wow, like I actually was trying really, like I realize now I was trying so hard to like get them to see it or get them to understand it or get them whatever, get them to like prove myself. And I was like, wait a second, was I? And I kind of was. Now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I was definitely trying to like prove myself on that phone call or trying to justify what I do. So actually it was like a big learning lesson for me of like, that was a good time. Like that was actually the right time for me to say, have a good day. I would be, if our paths cross again and we're at the right place at the right time and I'm willing to accept new clients and I am willing to accept new clients, but if I'm willing to bring on somebody who is a chronic self-sabotager, then we might need to do a little bit more of the interview process ahead of time, because this is, again, where people don't realize that everything is energy. And if I'm giving you 85 to 90% to almost 100% and you're giving me 50, I might back off and I might be like, yo, like, sorry, but like, I'm giving you way more than you're giving me. You're not seeing the result. So therefore, I'm not going to continue to push into this and like help you, right? Because I just have gotten to that point where it's like, I was like, why am I a couple times like last couple weeks, I've been like, why am I so tired? And then I was like, oh, I pushed way too hard, or I was trying way too hard to justify my answer or what I was doing or what have you. So I don't know if you guys, whoever's listening is, and if you listen to this later, I don't know if you feel like this, but it's the ultimate form of resistance, in my opinion, right? So because there is no right time to start anything, because there is no perfect match, there is no perfect, and it's either your energy goes or your energy doesn't go, right? I've had a few women clients who aren't ready to commit to themselves because they need to take care of others. But if you don't take care of you, how is that? Yep. If you don't take care of yourself, how is that possible? It's so true. Like, you guys, it's that whole analogy of like, put your own oxygen mask on first. I listened to a gentleman today, and he was like, and this is a prime example of what people go through with natural, in my world, what we go through in natural health, right? People start in the holistic world and they start on some herbs or some supplements or what have you. And what happens is they start going into cold plunges, into saunas, into meditation, and all these things that I'm like, wait. All I did was add supplements. That's all I started with. I started on one thing, and let's focus on that one thing for like a month and see how you do, right? But this is where people get overwhelmed, is because I did not put that and design that into your program yet. I did not do that. Again, there is a right time. And this is where you have to trust people, you guys. Like, this is where our people's trust level has gone so down the roof, or so down the tubes, because of like our society at large. It's like, there is no trust factor. And I've had to work to build that in my clientele, but it's very difficult because people have literally no trust in themselves, no trust in others, no trust in authority. It's ridiculous. So it takes time to build that, right? But when someone asks me, hey, am I ready for this? And if I say no, or if I say, yeah, let's give it a couple weeks. And again, we can test these things. Let's give it a couple weeks and see where we're at, right? I've had people that started a program with me, and we had to halt all exercise unless it was like mobility work or fascia work or stretching or something like that, because all those things are still movement, right? And it was a game changer, because they realized, oh my gosh, like, I was beating myself up, or I was doing way too much and I wasn't really ready for that. Or my body was so beat up over the course of the past 10, 15, 20 whole lifetime that it couldn't accept the exercise. You were overworking, right? And this is where I say it's like so frustrating as somebody who works in holistic health, in that, like, guys, we're here for you, and we know we can see things that you can't see, and that's why you hire us. My friend Kate, who's part of her company Align Natural Health, like, we are so passionate about healing, and so passionate as practitioners across the country and the world. We are so passionate about like real, true healing, and guess what? That takes a lot of time, a lot of patience. That's something I would say 98% of the population, they have no patience. They want something quick. They want something now. They want that like dopamine hit. They want that quick, right? It doesn't exist if you want to truly get healthy. And if you want to, and not even just health, that goes across the board, anything. There's no perfect match. There's no perfect anything, right? Everything is, well, maybe there is a perfect match. I don't know. I'm still debating that in my own head, but that's besides the point. My point is that if you came to me for help, right? It is my job and my duty to you to observe you and observe your behavior and observe what you put into your body, your thoughts, all those things, to then go, I see something Is this person at a place in their life where they are ready to receive it? Or do I need to drop a seed to make them maybe in 6 months be able to see, oh, now I get it? Because that's very interesting to me, right? Because we're all pushed and told, go do it now, go do it now, go do it now. I can tell you right now, I can think of 4 people in my clientele that I'm like, this person definitely needs that, and that, right? But I know if I said that to them, they would literally put up a wall and go, you're crazy. I don't believe you, blah, blah, blah. So what do I have to do? I have to come at it from a different approach because this is behavior. This is how ingrained our paradigm is to not wanting to believe the other side, which is the real side, right? We've been so indoctrinated by the Western medical world that the only way is their way. And their way has what? Side effects, right? Their way has the heart racing, has the adrenal glands pumping out more cortisol and more stress hormone and more screwing up the whole body, more endocrine problems, more hormonal problems than we've ever seen in the world, more disease than we've ever seen. So like, I guess this is where I get frustrated on the front of like, when are people going to get it? When are people going to wake up and see that clearly something's off? Clearly something doesn't work. And when I give you a solution that butts up against that, you panic and back out. And it's because I'm probably hovering the truth and you don't like that. So you're going to kind of either run away because I'm literally on something. Like, I think that's actually kind of, now that I think about it, what happened with a client today and why he left was because I was hovering and right over the target. And when you're right over the target like that, guess what happens? People are like, I'm out because you got too close, too quick, and I don't like that. So that's actually a great way for me, now that I've like processed that, it's a great way for me. And this is great for other people because it just goes to show you, like, that happened in like an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. It just goes to show you how things, like when you talk things out with people, how you can kind of go, yep, that's not my shit, that's their shit. Or I can go, yes, it is their shit. However, maybe I pushed too hard. Or maybe and it's because I'm at a place in my own world where I'm like, how come you can't get this yet? Right? Because it does get sometimes, guys, we're not normal, or we're not normal. We're not perfect. Sometimes we're also not normal. Sometimes as like natural health practitioners, we are up against this like frustration because we're like, how can't you see this? Like, it's so obvious, right? But this is where it goes to show you, like, we're all kind of in that place where we're trying to unlearn these negative, self-sabotaging, self-doubt practices that we've learned over a lifetime. So I guess my point in saying all this is there is no right time. You need to take yourself serious. I hate this whole like terminology of like, don't take yourself so seriously. I take myself seriously because guess what? It's gotten me, it's worked wonders in my life when I take myself seriously. And I don't mean that in like I'm so serious all the time. I take it in I love what I'm doing. I take what I do very seriously. My body is a temple and I treat it as such. And when I do, my body works very, very well. And I attract a lot of things into my life because my body and my mind work very, very well. So that is why I say, like, stop sabotaging yourself. If you're listening to this and you've never worked with a holistic practitioner, we are here to help you, and we would love to help you. Apply within. If you go down to the comment section below, there's a link or a email there that you can apply within. And what I will say to you is, be ready to transform. Be ready to take your health back. Be ready to basically be your own doctor, because by the end of our time together, you will know your body so stinking well that you'll know, hey, Matt, I need help. You'll know, oh, something's off. You will know. You will know. And guess what? That's where you want to be. That you know you are so conscious of your own mind, your physical body, your emotional body, your spiritual, your mental state, all of that. You're going to be so aware of all of that and so conscious of all of that that you won't even need to think twice about what do I do? What do I do? Because you'll know. That is the power of taking back your health one step, one day at a time. And there is no right time to do that. You just need to make the choice to do it and commit. That's all it is. You've got to commit to taking care of your health, to taking back your health, and to honoring your health, because that's what this is all about. Because guess what? When you feel better, you do better, you make more money, you're a nicer person, you attract the things that you've always wanted in life. So get out there, stop complaining. There is no right time to do anything. Just take action and move. All right? Peace out. God bless.